Hey, good afternoon. It's Pete from Figlife.com, and today I'm looking at a fig called Leon's Montenegro. Alright, good afternoon. Today I'm looking at a tree that is producing fruit for me for the first time. It's called Leon's Montenegro, and some people have said it's probably similar, maybe the same, I don't know, as Stella or Dalmatie. Excuse me. And it does have all those same sort of hallmarks. It has kind of finger-shaped leaves and the sort of large green oblong-shaped fruit. But this is my second year growing the tree. The first year it actually did not produce any fruit for me, but this year it's been growing really well, and I got my first ripe fruit off of this tree. At least I think it's ripe, just a few minutes ago. So let's go take a closer look at the fig. Okay, so this is exciting. This is the first fig I've gotten off my Leon's Montenegro fig tree, and it does, I've heard some people say maybe this is similar or the same as Stella / Dalmatie. And it does have it is a large green fig. It does have finger-like shaped leaves. And actually, I've got one of those right here. Yeah, so here's the leaf. So certainly there are some similarities. And yeah, I don't know if it's the same or not. But there are some similarities. But it's a large fig, and I expect it'll have a red interior to it, and hopefully it'll taste good. So let me go ahead and, well, actually, you know what? One more thing I want to say about this. So Leon's Montenegro, it was grown by a collector whose first name is Leon. I think he's in the Michigan area, at least that part of the world. And he had a fig called Montenegro, and so you'll sometimes hear it just called Montenegro, or other times it'll be called Leon's Montenegro because it did come from Leon. Either way, this is the fig. So, and look at that eye, pretty tight for such a large fig. So anyway, that's the fig right here in my hand, and let me go ahead and cut this open. Cut this open. Hopefully it's ripe. You know, first time picking a fig, sometimes it's hard to tell when it's ripe. I kind of just went off my experience picking Dalmatie or Dalmatie to figure out when to pick this, and tried to wait long enough. So there we go. And I'd say it looks okay in terms of ripeness. The lower portion looks to be ripe. The upper portion up here looks a little less ripe. And sometimes with these large figs, you have trouble, at least I have trouble, ripening them evenly all the way through, because what'll happen is it'll start ripening down here and it'll work its way up. And if you wait until the whole thing is ripe up here, the lower portion will have kind of rotted, like it'll be all spoiled and rotten. And so the alternative is you can pick it like this, where the lower portion is pretty ripe, but then as you work your way up, it's a little less ripe. And it's a relatively common problem with these larger figs. Actually, my Dalmatie figs have been ripening really well. They've been ripening all the way through, not spoiling, so that's been really good this year. But this is more typical for what I see with the larger figs, and it can be a little tricky figuring out when to pick them. I think for this one, next time I'll probably wait a little bit longer and see if I can get the whole thing to ripen all the way through. But this will be fine for now. Let me try the ripe part first. Wow, really sweet. So a lot of sweetness and then some berry flavor. But surprising how sweet that is. Yeah, really sweet, really good flavor on this. I've heard some growers say you have to wait a couple years to let this one really show its flavor. So I was kind of expecting this to be a little watered down, maybe. You know, not that strong of a flavor, but this actually has actually has a pretty strong sweet flavor, and then like you know, maybe a moderate level of berry flavor. This is like a this is like a part of a meal or something. You know, it's so big. It's like maybe like, I don't know if this is the appetizer or what. Appetizer or dessert, probably, right? Well, that was really good. I mean, it's got without having a Dalmatie like right next to it. Even though I had it just a few days ago, maybe even yesterday. It's hard to say like, oh, this is definitely different, or this is definitely the same as Dalmatie or Stella. You know, they're both berry figs. They're both large. They're both green. They both have finger leaves, but I don't know that they're the same. You know, I just don't know. Anyway, it's a good fig, and first fig off the tree, second year tree, but first time producing fruit for me. So for a large fig like that to give that quality of fruit, really just kind of right off the bat, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, and you know, especially if some growers are saying that this really improves, you know, year 3, year 4. This is definitely one that could taste pretty good for sure. And Leon's a pretty well respected grower, so you know, if he's saying this is a really good berry fig, I wouldn't expect it to be anything other than, you know, a really good berry fig. So that's Leon's Montenegro. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com.